Hello everyone, welcome to QNAP Live. I'm the product manager Josh. Today I'm going to introduce you an application, Boxafe, that is a SaaS backup solution you can download and install in QTS and helping you to back up the data on the SaaS to your NAS. So Boxafe is a comprehensive backup solution that helps you to back up the Google Workspace data. We know that the backup 3-2-1 rule tells you that you must back up your data in 2 different storage media. So the data on SaaS is storing on the cloud. So we will recommend you to back up your data on premise so that you can you can have the data copied in different storage media. So Boxafe is a on-premise SaaS backup solution, and today we are going to introduce you why you are going to use the Boxafe to protect your data on the SaaS, and what Boxafe comprehensively protect the data in the SaaS. And also, we know that as an IT administrator, you will hope that the backup solution will be very simple, very easy to manage. And also, in the end, we will have the live demo. So first, why you need the Boxafe to safeguard your business data? Because even your data stored on the cloud, you might lose them by some reason. For example, by accidental deletion or by malicious deletion by some employee or by the hacker. And also, the data might also be locked by the ransomware attack. For those reasons, you might lose your data forever. And also, for some reason, you may need to keep the data for a very long time. For example, for the legal compliance, you may need to keep store the data for more than 1 year, 5 years, or even 10 years. And also, you will need to keep the previous employee's data until the next employee comes and you can transfer the data to a new employee. So at this time, if you store your data on the cloud, you may need to pay a lot of money to keep the license for the previous employee, or also you may need to pay for upgrading your plan to get more storage to store the data. So at this time, you can have a backup solution to back up and archive all your data on the cloud to the on-premise NAS. And at the same time, you will have a protection to prevent your data loss. And the most important thing why you need a backup solution is the SaaS provider asks you to protect your own data. So let's see what they say. In Google's shared responsibility model, it shows that there are Google's responsibility and users' responsibility. And in this chart, you can see that the content is user's responsibility. So it is your responsibility to protect your own data. And what Google do is that Google will guarantee the service always works. You don't need to worry about the service will be shut down, but you need to worry about your data. You might thought that Google help you to restore the data using the trash, but the truth is your data is not always protected by Google because your data will only keep in trash for up to 30 days. And after these 30 days, the data will be permanently deleted. And for the data in the My Drive and Share Drive, there will be additional 25 days for you to recover. But also, after these 35 days, your data will be permanently deleted. So for these reasons, you need to have a solution to back up your data on the SaaS service. So Boxafe is the best choice for you. Boxafe helps you to safeguard your data on the SaaS. Boxafe protect Google Workspace, Gmail, Calendar, My Drive, Share Drive, and Contacts. Also, Boxafe provide you a friendly user interface and also the secure and reliable backup solution, and also help you to centralize all your data to a NAS. So why Boxafe? Because Boxafe is reliable. There are more than 20,000 organizations download and install Boxafe to protect their data. So let's see what they say. There are some MSP or a system integrator. They're helping their customer to backing up their data. So they are looking for a flexibility backup solution, and they're using Boxafe, and they are very and Boxafe work very fine. And also, there are some customers that Boxafe help them to back up all of their account, and they are satisfied. So, what Boxafe protect the data in your SaaS? Boxafe protect your Google Workspace, including Gmail. When backing up Gmail, Boxafe back up the email contents and the attachment of the email. And at the same time, Boxafe back up the folder structure. So if your email stored in a different folder, Boxafe will back up the folder structure. And Boxafe provide you an user interface so you can access Boxafe to view your data and also search your data. You can search your data by some criteria, including subject, from whom to whom, CC, BCC, and the location of the email. When you find the data you lost, you can restore the data. Boxafe provide you the granularly restored. You can select the data and restore the data to your Gmail. If you are an administrator, you can restore the data across account. For example, if there are some employee leave, and you can transfer the previous employee's data to a new company's employee, so you can restore the data across the account. And Boxafe protect your Google Drive. Boxafe back up all the data in My Drive and Share Drive, including Google Documents. We know that Google Documents use their own format, GDoc, G-Sheet, G-Slide, and Boxafe support all these formats. Boxafe support to back up the Google document. And also, Boxafe back up the folder structure, the file metadata, and permissions. It means that when you share your data, you share your file on Google Drive to another user, after you back up and restore to your Google Drive, we will also restore the permission, restore the sharing permission. And we also provide the interface to let you to view the data, to search the data by the file type, owner, date, modified, and the name of the data. After you find the data, you can granularly restore the data. You can cross account, you can cross trade drive to restore the data. When backing up the calendar, Boxafe back up all the calendar and the data, including the event information and the attachment. You can search the event by the calendars, by the organization there, and the title and the location of the event. And after you find the data, you can granularly restore it. You can cross account restore it. And Boxafe protect your Google Workspace content. Boxafe will back up the all context data. And if you group the contacts into a different folder, Boxafe also back up the contact group. And you can search the contact by name, by email, nickname, occupation, and the phone number. You can granularly restore the data. You can cross-account restore your contacts. So that are what Boxafe protect your Google Workspace. So now let's see how Boxafe help the IT administrator to easily manage the backup steps. So in Boxafe, you can using admin rule to have the authentication, and then Boxafe can help you to back up thousands of the user in your domain. Also, you can back up multiple domains in Boxafe. So we provide you a dashboard to manage multiple domains. In this dashboard, you can see the protection status. You may see the full protected status or the partially protected status. Partially protected status means that there might be some data you lose in your backup task. There might be some new account on the on your cloud created, but you didn't add into the Boxafe task. So it will remind you to add the new user of the cloud to the Boxafe task. So it will help you to back up everything on the cloud. And also you can see the data consumption, see the oncoming scheduled tasks, and the recent task report in the dashboard. So as I mentioned that you might lose some new added data on the cloud of the backup task. So to avoid that, we provide a feature for you to automatically add a new account to Boxafe. So when a new employee comes in, you may create a new account for the new employee, or every member have a permission to create a Google shared drive. But as an IT administrator, you will not know the new share space are created, so you cannot add it to Boxafe on time. So at this time, you can select the automatic edit feature to help you to automatically add new data when there are some new account or new share space created on the cloud. So it will help you to ensure everything are protected by Boxafe. And there might be thousands of users' data protected by Boxafe. So you might thinking that as the IT administrator, you need to help every employee to restore all their data. So today might be some user come to you and say they want to restore some data, and tomorrow might be another user come to you say they want to restore data. You always have no time to help that all of the user to restore their data. So you can add a user to the Boxafe, let them to access the Boxafe to restore their data by themselves. So in Boxafe setting, you can mapping the NAS user to the domain user. So that user access the Boxafe can only see his or her own data on the cloud. He or she cannot view others' data, so it will keep others' data set secure. You don't need to worry about the data security. So when a user or the administrator access Boxafe, they can view the data, they can search the data to make sure the data is the one they want to restore. After they find the data, Boxafe support to granular restore data. You can easily select the data, check the data you want to restore, and restore them to the cloud. Also, when restoring the data as an administrator, you can select another account to restore to another account so that it can help you to transfer the previous employees' data to the new employees' account. And Boxafe supports a scheduled multi-version backup to reduce the RPO. In Boxafe, you can set up the scheduling backup task. So Boxafe can automatically start a backup task to create to back up your data. And every backup version will be kept in Boxafe. And Boxafe will make a differential backup. So it means that if you had, let's say, 30 gigabytes data on the cloud, and you back up 2 versions, so the total data consumption in NAS will not be 60 gigabytes because Boxafe only back up the difference for different versions. And it keeps multiple versions for you, so you can find out the different version data in Boxafe to restore the data. And in the end, we can see the Boxafe architecture diagram. We can see from the bottom, as a user, you access the Boxafe interface, and you the API endpoint help you to do some action. For example, you can read the data, you can backup, you can restore the data, and all the backup restore job will be kept in the worker pool in Boxafe, and Boxafe will call the API to the cloud provider to back up your data or to restore the data to the cloud. Okay, let's go into a demo. So when you log in Boxafe, you can see the dashboard here. And in the dashboard, you can see the multiple backup domain here and see the protection status of the domain, the data consumption of each domain. You can select the different domain and see the consumption. And also you can see the upcoming scheduled tasks and the recent task report. Going to a domain, you can add a new domain. You can add a new Google Workspace domain here, and you can follow the tutorial. You can you need to create a key, service key from the Google admin console, and then you can upload here to do the authentication. After you create a backup task and backup, you can start to view the data. Boxafe helps you to back up Google Workspace, Gmail, Contacts, Calendar, Drive, and Share Drive. So in Gmail, you can, in here, you can select, as an administrator, you can select the user you want to view the data. But as a user, if you, as a user to log in Boxafe, you can only view your own data. So when viewing the email, you can have a preview of email content. So at this time, you can check if this email is the one you lose and you want to restore to your cloud. And today I'm going to demo the restoring the data in the Google Drive. So let's go to Google Drive first. This is the same account. You can see if I lose if I lose this data, let's say we remove it as essential, the trash, and if I lose this PDF file, and let's go back to Boxafe, and you can see here the data was still in Boxafe even you delete it from the cloud, and you can restore it to your Google Drive. When restore, you can select, as an administrator, you can select to restore to another account. Today I'm restoring to the same account. Okay, and the restore job will start. Okay, and it takes some time to restore the data, so let's keep looking at another service. When you when you backing up the contacts, you can see the Boxafe help you to back up the contact's name, email, phone number, address, and you can search your contacts by different criteria here. And also for the calendar, you can select the time periods you want to view the data. So it will show the event in this time period, and you can view the detail of the this event. And also in Share Drive, you can select a Share Drive, and then you can view all the data here. You can restore the data. If you want to select a different version, you can click here version, and then to view a different version. You can see that a different version, there are different data in a different version because it keeps different version of the data. So let's go, the restore job is done. So let's go to Google Drive and see the restore data. The restore data will be restored to the folder named by Boxafe restore and the time. So let's go into the folder, and we can see that the data, the PDF file is already being restored. So that is how Boxafe help you to back up the Google Workspace data and restore the data. As an IT administrator, you can add a user who can access the Boxafe to view their own data, to restore their own data. So at this time, you just go into a setting and add a user. you select the NAS user and you assign the rule to him or her. You can assign the admin rule or a user rule. As a user, he or she can only see his or her own data of the mapping account. So you just map account here. You can select the domain and the account of the user and then add to the Boxafe. So that the user can access the Boxafe to view, to restore his or her own data. IT administrator don't need to help everyone to restore their data. In the test, you can see the running test here because we are now no running test this time. You can see the schedule test. If you have a schedule, if you set a backup test as a schedule backing up test, you can see the schedule test here and also the complete test here. If there are some error, you can view here and try to fix it. And all the backup restore job will be logged in this page, the log page. You can view all the log here. Okay, so let's go back to the slide. So today we just introduce you the Boxafe, which is the comprehensive backup solution, the SaaS backup solution for Google Workspace. Boxafe help you to backup Google Workspace, Gmail, Calendar, OneDrive, and Shared Drive, including the Google document format and the contents. Boxafe provide you the very easy management feature, including you can view the data for the granular restore. Boxafe provide the automatic adding new account feature to help you backing up all of data in the domain. As a user, you can access Boxafe by yourself and restore data by yourself. Boxafe provide a multi-user access. And Boxafe can also provide a multi-version backup. All the backup version will be kept in the Boxafe, and all the domain data will be centralized to your NAS. So it will easily help you to manage all your data in the domain. So that is all the introduction of Boxafe. And Boxafe is available in QTS App Center. You can go to QTS App Center to download, install Boxafe, and start to protect all your business data. Okay, thank you. Bye.